Panda cheese is amazing.
Panda cheese? Is Fantasy Grounds broken?
Yep.
I don't know, apparently. I uploaded it, it just died. Is like the cheese made from pandas, or is the pandas have cheese?
Yeah.
Did it change the external connection?
No, it's the same address. It's just not open.
So it's connecting. So it connects.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That was loud!
Panda cheese.
Panda's a dick. I like him.
Oh, you must have changed your microphone configuration somehow, Chad, because I had you turned up to 200% and that was clearly too high. Wow! Especially when you think something's funny. Oh my god!
I think Chad's
I
nice
have
character
seen
should be
these.
this panda.
They're great.
Let's try this again. Fantasy Grounds is now loading.
Yeah, I don't know why I was coming off loud.
It's letting me log in.
There we go.
Yep, stuff's connected.
Alright, it's up now.
That's what she said.
Ah!
Uh, Maybe this time we'll, like, instead of 8 dragons flying in, it's gonna be 16 dragons. Double the dragons.
Right. Double dragon.
Double dragon. Double dragon.
So many dice, that doesn't sound good. People rolling that many dice. To me, that's not. Why me? But you're dead. I think you could take a nap this session.
It's like my fantasy grounds is buffering or something. There we go.
I'm like deader than Can was last session. Fly. Beat that. Somebody. Fly. That's the lower start road. Move on. Oh, jeez.
Fuck me.
Yes! Sif to the rescue.
Sif, you are not my type.
What?
Mhm.
What's wrong with Sif? Why isn't he your type?
Are you
Do
new?
you need a lesson?
I
mean-
Sif could identify as something you're compatible with. You don't know. I mean, just look at Sif.
It's just
You
some.
can't judge him.
I don't know why. It's just something like this.
Dear God.
Yes, that is very accurate.
Sif is his own beard.
Yup. Alright.
I have like 16,000 wounds now or something. Yeah, so that's a lot of wounds.
You guys like how I just chose not to care about my hair?
I thought it was a conscious choice.
Yeah, I
Some
thought you
sort
were
of-
going for like a spiky, stylish anime hair.
More of it would be standing straight up and not just on
Did you
like
be
the
screaming?
side I slept.
So this is like something about Mary hair, is what you're saying.
No.
Oh, that look on your face. The one reason I like VC.
It's the only one reason.
Just one.
And then Anna will be watching.
Ooh. I think this town's going to be a lot more enjoyable with no people in it.
Hey! Don't you talk about my friends like that.
I mean, the Watsy sirs is probably going to go through the roof. No. Annoying waitresses to deal with.
All my waitresses are gone.
So sad.
No more
Yeah.
no more ton of food for Kayan.
Yeah, and all those unborn children came spawn. It's tragic.
I hate you.
That actually did happen to your last character, didn't it?
We don't that ended. Yeah. Who knows? This character could be that unborn kid.
Probably.
What is it with your characters being a man horse?
You know what? It's a trend. It's a gift.
Characters just
My
believe in-
favorite. My favorite is still in that one session when you said, "Do I have to RP this?"
Yup. Yeah, that was after the bed breaking.
Yeah, because
Upstairs.
that would have been like you RPing like sex with Craig.
Yeah, that was like yeah,
So awkward.
yeah, that would have been weird.
I would rather have an anvil drop on my character and then reroll something else.
Yeah. Okay. Shut up, Craig. All right. We ready for the recount?
Yes, please, God,
Yes.
please now.
Recount. You want that session or our past session?
Or our past session.
Okay.
Definitely that.
All right. So, 8 dragons come flying in towards our party of 3 since one of us decided to go have his own spiritual journey. Yes. And I've got the big onyx sword in my hand. And let's see, onyx sword in hand. I stuck it in the ground because I didn't want the dragons to think that I was a threat to them, or any of us were a threat. And then I had Io call out to them and tell them that we were friendly and that we didn't want to fight. And then Io starts shouting some stuff in Draconic, which I hope is what I told him to.
It's definitely faithful.
Yeah. The dragons kept getting closer and closer, and then all of a sudden just unleashed a giant fireball barrage upon us. And at that point, I decided to take the sword out of the ground. and like ready myself with it, I noticed that on the hilt there was a symbol that looked like a castle with a sword sticking straight up out of it. So the only thing thought to do was take the sword, point it straight up in the air, and it turned out that was the best decision because all of the fireballs
stream, friends.
basically exploded around us and moved past us in like a little arch, and the Jessica, Io, and can safe. And then I told Io to start telling them that we're friendly, like don't hurt us, we don't want to hurt you. And then they readied their attack again, and one of them was basically like, give us the sword or we're going to kill you. And Io said, they're not listening to you. And then it lunged at Io, because I think that he thought Io was the one that was threatening him. And I jumped in front of him, and basically like, the sword pulled me, or basically wanted me to go in front of Io. I jumped in front of him, blocked it, and then smacked the shit out of the dragon. And this kept happening. Jessie tried to pull her crossbow on one of the dragons, and I told her to stop because I told her to trust in the sword, because the sword had protected us from that giant barrage, and that we should just kind of like pretty much listen to what it was kind of telling me or compelling me to do. One of the dragons tried to launch a lightning bolt at Jessie after seeing her pull her crossbow, and the sword jumped me in front of it. The sword decided to, I don't know, not fucking block the lightning attack and allow me to get hit straight in the chest. So that was cool. Hurt like hell, but I didn't die. And then the dragon that did that got closer and smacked the shit out of it with the sword. The awesome sword. And then two of them tried to launch, I believe, fireballs at us as the other 6 of them started to leave because they were intimidated by the almighty Can. And after that, they launched, the 2 that stayed back launched a fireball at us again. The sword basically kind of compelled me and kind of took over me again, caused me to drop kick Jessie and Io out of the way, and I got hit and like my flesh was melting off, but still standing strong. After that, I think it was right before that point, I basically told the sword just to do whatever it wanted to in order to protect my friends and keep them safe. So, killed the dragons, and by the time I regained consciousness, Io wasn't there. Jessie was standing and was okay, but then I collapsed and instantly died because all of the damage resolved upon combat ending, like the good old stack in Magic. And after that, some things happened. I believe some people tried to carry my lifeless body around, and went back to a bar where someone was, and yeah, pretty much. And at the bar, they had some fun trying to sober up a human being that probably is not going to be sober for 4 or 5 days. And then I woke up. I don't know how the fuck I woke up, but I woke up. And I was okay. Apparently a mixture of some lightning-charged healing potions and 2 faint words I remember hearing. And now we're here. I'm in a stall where horses are supposed to be. And yeah, probably covered in shit. You know? the life of Cain. I'm right at home.
Poor kid.
Cain also killed 3 dragons. That's the summary that Cain remembers.
He killed all this.
And Jessica saved Cain by saying the phrase that pays. She turned into a big white blob of light, and Io's back.
Yep. Yeah.
Everybody loves that Io was back from his vacation in the Shadow Realm. Even though he was trying to find Barb, find it in time.
Oh, and Jessica passed out because she apparently fueled her thing with her own life force-ish? Question mark?
Yeah, but I got it back because I love it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That sounds like, hey, everything's fine, guys. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I may have just passed out still.
Yeah.
But
I've done it multiple times in that last session, so it's okay.
Well, that was
I leveled
fuel.
up again.
Hopefully she didn't pass out in the stable with horse people
So-
around. Hopefully she didn't find that.
As far as I know, I'm still passed out because that was exhausting.
Yes. So thank you for the recap. We'll open up there as Sif is coming to and Jesse just like passed out. And she's passed out face down in the hay, and Io just returned and he's like, poof, hey guys! And Sif is just waking up.
Did Io ever make it to where he thought that portal was going to be?
No,
I did not.
So we don't know if it's there, or he doesn't know if it's there or not.
he doesn't.
That seems like a convenient loophole. For the next time
I
you raid
already been determined to get back to that house. Just to see if it's still there or not.
I just kind of sit up and just kind of like brush myself off and like look at my arms and legs that were previously in the midst of melting off. Like, is everything fine on me?
Yes.
I like that. That's a very nice thing.
I look around. I'm very confused because I was in the one moment I was in the Shadow Realm walking towards the portal in the abandoned house, and the next second I'm in the what looks like the Watsi stable, and Jessica's lying on the ground, passed out. I'm just like, how did I get here?
Well, she got her wish. How long do you think she's gonna be out?
I stand up and like grab Jessie by the arm and kind of shake her and say, Jessie, like kind of like trying to jostle her awake.
Like maybe you should just let her sleep. It's kind of
Mom, I don't want to get up.
I like nod my head at Io and I pick Jessie up and like hold her like a baby in one arm because I'm can I can just like hold her like in one hand, and then I put the sword on my back and like then start like just pick her up and hold her with both arms so I can like carry her and she can sleep as I once did with a wounded Io.
I'm kind of like I kind of do that half awake moment thing where I'm kind of like yawning and I kind of look around for a second and I kind of feel that hole that I'm like, you know, and the world's kind of moving and just kind of like, oh, okay, and then
Yeah.
Well, like now the WotC is empty, maybe we can upgrade to like the executive suite, chill and luxury.
I nod at Io and I go, it would be nice to get her some rest in an actual room. And I kind of follow after where Jester was going. I'm gonna go find the closest like room for Jesse.
Is the door locked?
The door's not locked.
I open the door.
You open the door, and it's very dusty in the room. And as you can see, there's a chest to your right, a table with 3 chairs, a chest to the bottom left, and a bed. And there's dust all over the floor. There's also a bookshelf.
Bookshelf.
Books.
I want to activate my magic.
WotC would have a great book selection.
I want to activate my magic detection and ransack the room since Jessica's not awake to complain about it.
I'm gonna put Jesse on the bed and let her sleep.
So as you're laying Jesse down, Jester was already in there. Like he's like got the chair turned over and he's looking underneath it, and he's popped open the box over here, the chest, and there was some clothes in the chest. So it looks like different garments, like essentially equivalent to like noble's garment, non-magical. But as you go over to this chest, there is a magical lock on it, and you can tell from your spell that it's vibrating. There's definitely some kind of magic items inside of that chest, but there is a magical lock on it.
The bed is vibrating?
Only for you. Kane's sitting there shaking the bed.
See if I got skills. Because I got skills. Not great skills, but I got skills.
The lock opens. So you can tell there's some kind of ward on it, but you're able to open the lock and simultaneously disarm the triggering ward on it. And the lock just literally melts away into thin air, and you're able to open up the chest.
I do so.
Inside the chest, you find about 16 vials sitting at the bottom of it. All of the vials have fluid in them, and they are glowing with definitely a magical aura.
Any of them that look familiar?
They're a mixture between red, blue, and purple colors.
Sounds perfect. Sounds like a job for Kane.
Go ahead and roll 2 die 12.
Oh, shit. I think that's the right one.
There are a total of 13 potions in there.
Lucky no.
So are red typically healing type?
The blue and purple ones that you guys have seen are more the healing type. You haven't seen a lot of the red ones.
Do you have like exact numbers for each of them, or should I just put it 13 miscellaneous potions?
Cast him out on Kane.
13 things to drink only in extreme duress.
Right.
Drink with caution, 13.
So there are 6 purple, 4 blue, and the remainder are the red potions.
6 purple. 4 blue.
Honest says drink the red ones because they're always health potions. Always.
What's the worst that
Well,
could
that's-
happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Probably
I
like,
mean, coming from the guy who's like the chemical guy here, I don't think the color tells you that much about it.
what? Killer knows that colors mean different things.
Well,
Well,
and
we should
actually,
definitely try these potions.
actually, given that, I'll show them to KN, so maybe he has a better notion of what they'll be.
If anybody knows can
What kind of check do you want to make? I've got
Alchemy check.
The craft alchemy?
Yeah, you can make the craft alchemy or spellcraft check.
Craft alchemy.
Okay. The red potion
six.
is defensive potions. They are improved mage armor spells. The blue potions are going to be Cure Mod +5. The purple potions are very valuable. You haven't seen these before, but you've read of them in your alchemy book. It's currently past what you could make, but you know they are cure serious wounds.
I reiterate everything you've said.
So
I
red is
basically grab the red. I go, these to protect, make you stronger. I grab the blue one, show him, I go, these, we have these, and I pull like a cure mod out of my pack and like put them side by side. I'm like, yeah, this for healing. And I look at the purple one and like thumb through one of my books. As you said, like I've seen it before, so I pull out the second volume, which is the one that I've gotten, the last one I've gotten through, and I point to it and I say, for when we're in bad situation, this helps a lot. And I point down to what it is and some of like the arcane writing that's in the tome, and I hand it back to him.
so it kills things on contact?
No, really heal when we get hurt.
Oh, okay.
We need these a lot.
Trying to think how best to divvy these up, or maybe since I got the bag of holding, I can just hold on to all of them.
Really handy for those times that you run off.
Oh. If only Jessica was awake to actually say that.
I know.
Because that would be hilarious.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
It's fair. I thought the same
Yeah.
thing. So
No,
I mean, I had to find you drunk in a bar.
you would probably get so drunk that you just drink the healing potion. Get that. Oh,
Anna suggests a child leash.
They don't work as well as you think.
One of those that you put around the waist, or
I don't-
onto like a little backpack.
I don't think that would work very well with Chester. I think he would pick that in like 2 seconds.
I got escape artist.
Sounds like
So,
that kid's an escape artist.
since I think I've seen Kayan the most damage the most often, I'm gonna give him 3 of the purple Cure Serious. I'll give Io purple.
I'm like a tank. I get hurt.
3, 4, and then Jasika's passed out, but I'll give her the 3 blue.
What one is that again? You're probably gonna have to like relay that to me because I obviously won't.
So I'm sticking. Yeah, I just slip random potions in your bag.
That sounds like you're slipping me a roofie.
Well, I mean, they look exactly like the other Cure mods, so I mean, I think she should just assume that she has extra.
Cure mods. What is that?
Cure moderate wound.
Oh, cure moderate health.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was like, cure modifications?
Yeah, that's what it is. You're gonna transform if you drink it. Something unknown.
And then I want to check this desk for anything of usefulness too.
I'm just looking at the bookshelf to see if there's anything interesting to read.
Can preps potions for the first time ever.
Well, it's not like we have a whole bunch of time to sit around and prepping potion, just fighting for our lives.
Facts.
Craig, did you change those in my bag when he was like handing those, or
No.
do I?
Nah, you guys will have to throw them in your bag. So as you open the drawers, there's more clothes inside of it. The third drawer down, underneath, your magic detection goes off, and there is like a little book, like diary sized, inside of it, and it's emanating some kind of magic off of it. But the rest of the drawers are full of, again, like appraising wise, like royal level clothing and stuff.
Alright. I gotta assist with the diaper change. I'll be back.
Out of courtesy to Jessica, I'm gonna move away from where she's sitting. And is this a chest or a bench or what is this?
We'll go with a bench.
Bench.
And I'm going to use magic device? Or should I spellcraft it to see what the thing is?
Oh, just use a spellcraft check. That's fine.
Okay. Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
Damn. So it's got runes along the top and the back. They were written in invisible arcane ink, and you were able to surmise that if you trace the runes, it would render any defenses nullified. So you do that, and you're able to. The book itself slightly opens a crack, and you could just feel a little bit of magical energy coming off of the book without even cracking it open yet and running through the pages. You get a feeling or tingle in the back of kind of your brain that there's different arcane spells written inside of this. This must have been a combination of a wizard's spell book as well as like a magical diary. You can tell that there are pages in the back that are missing, and some of the pages at the very end of the book are written in some kind of magical ink that makes the words invisible. So the diary portion of it, you're unable to just make it work currently. You know that the ink is on the paper and there's writing on it, but there's some kind of chemical reaction that would make the words be visible rather than arcane reaction. But the first part of the book is also full of different spells from different levels. It's a wizard spell book. And at the very center is a small brooch or a necklace. And the necklace is a pendant, and the pendant is just simply a orange colored crystal, and the crystal is vibrating a very powerful level of magic inside of it, and you can tell that there are several spells stored within the crystal itself.
So would there be any way for me to like actually make use of the spell book? As an arcane caster, would I need to take levels as wizard?
You might be able to like transcribe the spells into a scroll, and use this scroll with a spellcraft check that's high enough. Given your spellcraft, you'd probably more than likely, Jester knows that might be successful, but it's more of like a wizard's spell book with mysterious hidden words in the back, and then a odds spell storing crystal in it.
I'll hold on to them. Might be worth studying at some point.
And as you're doing this, I was rummaging through the bookshelf. There are a lot of books on different mead mixtures and different cocktails, as you are in a bar. And there's a lot of different foods as well, different food cookbooks. But in the middle of the bookshelf, there's also different wizardry books as well, like books on different studies of elemental magic. There's a book on fire spells and a book on the plane of fire, and equally water spells and the plane of water.
Is there anything on like alchemy wise for Can?
There are not any alchemy books on that bookshelf.
I tossed the books on mead making and cooking to Can. We could make our own brew. These books could be good.
I take them and I put them underneath the alchemy book I'm reading as I'm prepping everything. I look up at him. I go, "Okay, I make us booze one day." And I just go back to making my potion.
Is this trapdoor actually there, or is that hidden, or?
No, it's actually there. Nobody's rolled high enough on the search check yet to find it.
Loot and pillage.
So you're not finding much of anything else in the room at the moment. Have you guys checked the bed that Jesse's recovering on?
I mean, she's in the bed. I don't want to get too close to checking out the bed while she's sleeping in it. She might not find that very.
As Jester just walks over.
Yeah,
Watch your hands.
see what happens.
I'll check underneath it.
I mean, the last time that encounter that disturbed Jessica while she was sleeping was the pirate gnome, and that didn't go over very well.
Yes, but none of you are the pirate gnome.
So under the bed is clean, except for 2 wands that are taped under the mattress.
I knew these guys were shady as
What
fuck.
kind of wands are we talking about that are taped underneath a bed?
That's why your bed was vibrating.
Well, they're about 12 inches long.
Hopefully wash those before you.
Eee.
This is Kayan's girlfriend's room.
I don't know. I don't think this place is nice enough for them to have the waitresses in such a room.
Does this spellcraft on the wands do?
Yeah, sorry, I'm pulling up a table to roll on what the wands are.
They're nothing. They're broken. It's just a stick.
They're
Wands of-
only transmogs.
Wands of vibration.
Can one be a wand of vibration?
Wow. One is a wand of the spell Detect Thoughts as the second level spell, and it's got 35 charges on it.
I used to have a wand that detected magic, and then it was taken away from me.
I still have 2 charges in the wand that I have.
Is it a vibrating wand?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, with only 2 charges, unless you must be using it quite a lot.
It is actually the what is it? Identify. It's
Oh,
an identify.
comb!
Yes, with the trigger word being comb. So weird.
Yeah, we haven't got to hear the comb trigger in a while. So I gets bored with looking at the books because nothing there really interests him, and so I will make the best food. I mean, I have no sense of taste because I don't really need to eat anymore. I'm sure whatever I make will be great.
The second wand is a wand of meld into stone, as in the third level druid spell, with 50 charges.
Since it's a wand, can anybody use those?
Yes.
Okay.
What was that last one you just said?
Meld into stone as a third level cleric spell.
I searched the cooking area for like, food to cook for everybody, meat as veggies.
So you search the cook area, and in the immediate area, you find potatoes and mead. You don't find where currently any of like the meat or the soup or anything is, as it's not in the immediate vicinity. And the stove
Sure.
itself is still cooking, as for whatever reason, like it just hasn't ran out of wood.
It's like Can.
Uh,
Gross!
I takes several of the potatoes and puts them on the grill and flavors them with the mead, and then just starts cooking. Yeah, to make some potatoes.
Okay, make a survival check for me, please.
Dear God, I'm gonna
So
die.
what could go wrong, okay? Just
God.
I doesn't need
Why do you have to eat everything?
Or to
Why do you have to
eat.
eat everything, man?
Please.
If he tries to poison me, I've got resistance to poison.
I'm not trying to poison.
It's
I'm trying to
shitty,
make a
if
good
it's
little-
shitty cooking.
Look, I love 10 with +2.
It's not Thanksgiving potatoes, but it'll do. You make beer-soaked potatoes.
Is it like a stew? Where it's just potatoes and beer?
Pretty much.
Is this Ireland?
Yeah, he chopped up potatoes into like cubes, and he heated them up, and then just threw them in some mead.
Yeah.
It's gonna taste great.
Just put cheese in it. Cheese makes everything better.
Is there cheese? I for cheese.
Because then it's beer cheese potato soup.
Everything's better.
So over here, you find this little hutch type thing. When you open it up, it's kind of like a bag of holding on the inside. Or think Harry Potter. You open up the top of it, and up springs like basically an entire fridge full of food. And you see there's different meats as well as vegetables and cheeses, and it's all labeled on different shelves. If you want a mild cheese or a sharp cheese, there's steaks, there's stew meat, there's chicken, there's some eggs, there's bacon and sausage, and ample supply.
I pretty much take like anything that looks good, like the bacon, sausage, and chicken. Pretty much take everything and dump it into the pot where I'm making the beer stew. So I think more is better. So I put the cheeses and the meats, pretty much whatever can fit into the stew, and then if there's like seasonings, I make it like extra spicy. Or just like dump most of the hot pepper sauces into the stew as well.
Okay. So you do this, and you start putting it into the stew. Make another survival check for me, please, as now you're adding more ingredients into the potato beer stew.
Not good.
Going to be great.
Yes!
I'll take the 20 on my survival check, since we rolled it at the same time.
I saw the 21st, and I thought, and I was like, oh, and I'm like, now I'm like, oh.
Hey,
So-
that 5 will go a long way.
So first of all, Io's got all of this concoction into his potato beer stew, and he's like a mad scientist. He's like, yeah, this is going to taste great. This spice too. Oh, this is going to be so amazing. And he starts stirring it up and whistling. And he's just like so obnoxiously proud of himself. Like you could tell he's like, oh, I'm making the best shit ever. And it's probably going to taste like an adjusted 5. Meanwhile, Jester is sifting through all the magical pile or all the ash piles for magical goodies. And Jester, you find yourself a couple magical rings, a magical bracelet, and a magical necklace. Go ahead and roll a d4, and let's see how many magical rings you find.
Ooh.
Apparently you find 4 magical rings. Someone needs to like stab Jester tonight. He needs to stop rolling so well.
That's why we have him around, is to get cool stuff and then he leaves us.
Yeah.
You know what it's like? It's like what is it, Golden Axe? You know those stupid little squirrels came by with the little like bags and you beat the shit out of them, they drop things and they run away? That's Jester. Like he'll give us cool things and he just runs away and you don't see him for the rest of the level. And then he comes back with more stuff. He's like, guys, look, here you go. And he leaves.
I'll even share. Maybe.
Go ahead and roll spellcraft checks on the rings.
Okay. Oops. Spellcraft. Freaks me out every time that happens. Do you want me to wait in between each one or just cut and roll?
No, one roll's fine. So 3 of the 4 rings are rings of energy resistance minor. And we will go with cold as the energy type.
Not fire for the fucking dragons.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, it's like
Thanks, man.
fire would be fantastic. Cold.
You can't hurt me with my ring. Oh shit.
So I'm gonna put one of them on.
Okay.
And then I will try to remember to give one to Kayan and Sleeping Beauty. And then, was it just one? Oh.
The other ring is Ring of Improved Sustenance. This, and it's not in Fantasy Grounds, but the ring essentially, for 2 days, the wearer of the ring does not need to eat or sleep for 2 days. So every 2 days, basically, you have to rest and eat. Whatever you eat and whatever you sleep is enough to sustain you for 2 days.
Oh, okay. Last 2 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that bling on too. Since I'm not a fucking shade.
Hey, the shade's cooking an amazing stew right now.
So
You're
I
gonna
guess
miss out.
this might be a little beyond what Spellcraft would tell me, but like if I wore it for 1 day and then passed it off to somebody else, would that reset for them and just drop off of me, or how would that work? Maybe. Maybe not.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. So if you take the ring off, you'll immediately become tired and hungry.
Okay.
It's only taken off around food.
Oh, so the enchantment will go away essentially, and you'll be like, "Damn, I haven't eaten in a while." If you can roll another spellcraft check to see what the amulet is.
Ooh. Do we run 2 rings per finger or 1 ring per hand?
1 ring per hand, so 2 rings total. And so this is a amulet of swiftness. You know that when you put on this amulet, the wearer is immediately enchanted to have silent footfalls. Essentially, when they move, they do not make a sound. The wearer also gains +2 to dexterity.
Ooh. So I'm gonna swap that out for the one that I'm wearing. And I will magic necklace. So what were we calling that?
We will call it the Amulet of Swiftness.
Swift. Nice. That was +2 dex.
Yep, +2 dexterity and silent footfalls.
What?
Io spicy jerky is going to be disgusting.
Gonna be amazing. Just watch. Just you wait.
I don't know.
Put the finishing touches on it, and it's gonna be a roll 20. The icing on the stew.
And what do we have left? We have bracers.
Ooh. Bracers.
Yep. You had the rings, and amulet, and a bracer. And when you're ready, go ahead and one more spellcraft check.
See, you complained about the high rolls. Now it's being a dick
Those are
about it.
some can style rolls right there, man.
Well, it's
I'll
plus
take it.
12. Anything's. So,
Yeah, I'm not slouching with that skill. It's just apparently the God, I gotta share with people. It's harshing my buzz, man.
Chester loves to share.
I love it. The bracers are in your bag. You have a set of bracers of archery. So anybody that is an archer gains some pretty nice competency and archery talents with a bow.
Notice the word is competence.
Actually, the bracers empower the wearer to use any bow. So,
Yep.
oh, but if you already have proficiency, it gives some extra special fanciness. Neat.
All right, and as Jester has sifted through and found these good things, Io has been making an adjusted 5 stew, and Kayan has moved on to volume 3, and as this time has gone by, Jessie begins to stir, exhausted from her ordeal and waking up after all of this probably took a good half an hour.
She wakes up to the smell of Io's awesome stew.
As I
smells-
wake up, I'm like, oh, what is that smell?
What indeed?
I kind of like sit up and wipe my eyes, just like, oh. And then I like look down and I'm like, it's a dusty bed, and I'm like, oh. Oh, and so then I kind of get up. I'm not really thinking about like why I was like sleeping or anything. It's just kind of like, oh. And I just kind of walk over to Ken. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I look up from the books. I go, "Glad to see you, or well again." I put my hand on her shoulder. I go, "We carried you in from outside. The others are somewhere in here. I think one's making food. Jester's teaching everything."
I'm kind of like, just like I sit there. I'm like, from outside. What happened? And then it's like all of a sudden, like I just like, oh, And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad that worked. Oh my god.
And I go, yes, it worked. It worked. Can healthy, and like I like point to my arm. I go, everything's fine now. Thank you. And I kind of like nod to her.
Oh, anytime. And I just kind of like I give him a big hug.
I hug her, and I don't give like the Lenny style hug from the from the Grapes of Wrath. I do a nice hug.
And then I kind of turned because I looks like Io just like walked into the room. And it's
I'm
like, oh
holding a
good,
big
you're
pot
back
of
too.
stew.
And I go, is that what that smell was? It
And I'm like,
smells.
doesn't it smell
It
amazing?
smells like spicy shoe soles.
I'm like, here, be the first one to taste my masterpiece that has been passed down from generation to generation of shades. I
did
want
you-
this recipe to
Take a
shout out.
step
Bring a
back.
bowling?
I
Did
take
you
a
happen to bring a
step
bowling
back.
with you?
Oh, yeah, of course. I have
Okay.
like
You can analyze
Okay.
it.
Can takes the bowl. He scoops out. Like I just take like I use it as like a cup, and I like fill the full bowl up with Io's famous stew that he's selling me on, and I just start drinking it.
it's pretty chunky. I mean, there's meat and
I'm
potatoes and
drinking it and chewing it. I'm good. It's served in a bowl. I'm doing it. And before you even have to do anything, let's just. It's not good. Okay.
It could be an amazing stew.
It's not good.
So Kane is like holding himself back from like vomiting. Like after he swallowed it, you know, like when you're sick or when you're highly intoxicated, you're just like sitting there, like kind of like breathing into a paper bag. Kane is like breathing into his fist, and he's just like.
And at this point, what I'm doing, I kind of look over at Io and I kind of put my hand up and I'm like, I'm good. And I go and sit on the bed and I pull out one of my rations and I'm like, I'm just going to eat this.
I'm like, what? Miss out on the stew? I mean, I tasted it myself. I mean, it's great. I mean, I don't need to eat. It's great. Look at Kane. Look how much he's enjoying.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish off this bowl of soup. Okay. Io is my friend. I didn't vomit it up. I'm powering through this soup for
I've
him.
decided
He doesn't
also
know
as
this.
I'm eating my rations, I cannot even watch him eat that stew anymore because it's almost going to make me vomit watching him eat it.
Yeah.
So I turn around and like face the wall and just like eat it as I'm like going, trying not to smell the smell.
As she's hearing this, everyone's
I'm like, Jessica, he finished the whole bowl. He loves it. You should at least try it. Tastes amazing.
No.
Look at the joy on his face.
Okay. I've seen him eat all sorts of shit. I am not taking Kane's word for it. I'm taking my nose's word for it. Plus, he looked like he was about to vomit a few times.
Oh, that means it comes up again, so you can enjoy it again for the second time. Part of the experience.
And I kind as I'm kind of eating my rations, I kind of like gag, almost like throwing up. Just
I mean,
hearing that, and I'm like, all right. And I kind of take my rations, and I'm like, all right, I'm leaving this room. I'm done. I walk through the kitchen, which probably smells worse. I'm holding my breath.
It smells incredibly strong. So as
Yeah,
you're doing this, Jester, I need you to roll initiative.
Oh, geez. What is just to get himself in?
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Let's go.
Hey, it's about time that Jester gets into a fight without us.
He's gonna like one shot it. You know it. Like he's gonna be like, I'm fine. You guys keep complaining all the time. He's like, this, it died.
And no one's going to be there to believe him.
Oh, crap. That does remind me, though.
Sure, we'll find a corpse.
Shit.
One way or the other.
Just to kill somebody, we never find the body.
Would this stew be a valid poison for a weapon?
Shit.
If you can convince somebody to ingest it, probably.
Hey, Craig, with that swiftness amulet, did you say there was a speed bonus also right now?
No, it's +2 to your dex, so it would give you 1 to your modifier, but it makes it so your footfalls are completely silent.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Where is my initiative? There it is.
Yes.
The creature reaches out to you, Jester, and it takes a swipe. And you take a jump back, but you can feel like the iciness of the touch coming way too close. And you just feel this very, like, heavy setting, like, lack of happiness as the creature gets close to you.
Since this is apparently pertinent at the moment, that minor resistance, is that like a 5 or what is it?
It's a 10. It's a 10 to cold. So you should be like freezing your ass off right now, as there's icicles and ice forming on the walls, and you can see it on the ceiling. Like the temperature in the room and the upstairs is probably hit about like 15 to 17 degrees Fahrenheit. You should be like taking some cold damage and freezing, which you're internally cold and you can feel that your skin is like super cold, but you feel like for whatever reason you're resisting this element.
Hey, that was some good searching then. That works for... Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, everybody complains that I don't participate with the group, so I'm going to poof on my happy ass down to the main floor.
So we can be a part of Chester's trouble.
Poof. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that smoke cloud back there, not that it's going to do anything. Oh, but there is... I am going to leave the mirror image behind. Jester got some new toys while everybody else was killing dragons. Are you muted?
Is who muted or
No, sorry, my food was here.
Oh.
he wasn't even there?
I wasn't. I had to run and get my chipotle.
Oh, do you have chipotle for delivery?
Oh yeah.
Anything can be delivered these days.
All right, sorry. What did you do there, Chadwick?
Well, I was commenting, since everybody complains that I don't participate with the group, I poofled my happy ass back down to the first floor. left behind a nice cloud of smoke. And is Jessica actually standing there?
So you attempt to run by this thing and go down the stairs?
No, I dimensioned my happy ass.
Well, shit.
See, you weren't here to hear this.
Yes. So you poof downstairs, and Jesse is just coming into the room where you were just sifting through ashes. And the room is suddenly warm. It's not cold like it is upstairs, but you see Jesse just standing there, and Jesse, you see him poof out of nowhere.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Hold that thought, and I toss her the ring that I was going to give her.
What's this?
Put it on! Now! It'll keep you warm, which is going to be really handy. Here, really quick.
Hold on, I have to look.
So Jesse puts it on.
Yeah. Because all I needed was more rings, because I totally forgot I, had, looted, a handful of rings, and I've got, 19 rings of just rings. I don't know what they are in my bag.
Yeah, I've got the same thing.
Kid, put a ring on it.
I've got rings that are named that I technically don't know what they are, and it pisses me off. They get dropped in my bag, and it's like, you don't know what this is? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, great.
I fill up Caden's bowl for us to finish the last. I give him seconds.
So I found a friend upstairs, not really happy. That ring should keep you alive for at least as long as it takes us to kill this thing. Again.
Okay. All right, I kind of move over to where he's at, and I'm like, go ahead. And I thought about kind of yelling to the others, but I'm like, probably don't want to alert anything. And I'm kind of watching upstairs. So I'm like, is it following you? Or I don't. Then I kind of was like, oh yeah, you just appeared here. It's upstairs?
For now. And I actually look at the ceiling. I'm like, it's gonna suck.
What was it?
Some sort of ghosty, pissed off spirit thing?
Oh.
If we survive, we got other presents for you.
Okay.
And I stuck some healing potions in your bag.
Oh, thanks.
Sure, let's not die.
Okay, well, I think you've noticed I try not to. I don't know how, but I try not.
Is there ice showing up anywhere else, or?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe it didn't know where you went. Let's go kind of grab the others, and you might want to hold your breath because you know that nasty smell that's going on down here? I cooked, and it doesn't smell good. I don't eat it. And then I just start Then I kind of lean out the door, and I'm like, as he's following me, I'm like, try to hold your breath for as much as possible.
As they come around the corner, I have a bowl, two bowls in my hand. One for Jester, one for Jessica. And here.
Okay.
Kate already had seconds.
Hey, do you remember what I said to you before I left here? No means no.
But Katie had seconds. He loves it.
I point over to Jesse and go, It's not so bad the second time.
See, the second time makes it better.
And as he's saying that, you can, like, so you know when you look at somebody that's just looked at, like, or they've just eaten, like, really, really spicy food, and they either don't usually eat it, or they're not accustomed to it, like, Karen's face is bright red, and you can see, like, a sweat kind of going on.
And I look at him, I'm like, no, I'm full on my rations. I must not have been as hungry as I thought. I'm good. I'm good.
I bet the stew even give
I'm
you.
full. I'm full.
It'll put hair on
I'm
your chest.
full. I'm
I'll just
full.
get
I'm
this
full.
sad, dejected
Nope.
look on his face.
Nope.
Oh god.
And shady puppy eye.
And I kind of like put my hand over his mouth and I'm like, no.
Fuck it.
go,
I'm gonna go kill this thing myself.
I gotta sit down.
I put my
Karen.
hand over his mouth again. I'm like, there's something we have to kill. Stop talking.
I drop the bowl as soon as Jesse says there's something to kill. I drop the bowl as quick as humanly possible. Grab my book, throw it in my pack, and then like run out the door.
And I'm like, thank you. And then I like follow him out.
But you interrupted his meal.
And like I like run past Io. Can I do something as I run that's gonna help all of us? I would like to slightly throw an elbow into the giant pot of stew Io is holding as I run out the door. So I don't have to eat a third bowl. Please.
Roll opposing die 20s. No bonuses, just die 20s.
Son of a bitch, Io! You dropped that bowl of stew!
I keep thinking it's not landing.
Just grab a 20! Son of a bitch!
So, as Karen's running by, he like kind of like feints a stumble with his like elbow to hit the bowl, and Io kind of like lifts it up, and he's like, "Oh, I saved it!"
I just keep running. I don't even
like, say, don't worry, kid. I'll put this on the oven for you. Keep it warm. Just take the whole pot of stew and go chasing after Can. Can, don't worry, I saved it.
Ken, your dinner!
And I run upstairs and I'm like, is there like nothing there with Jesse?
So you run up the stairs. Make a reflex save, DC 10.
Reflex.
So, perfect. So, both of you, just ridiculous rolls when it doesn't matter. So, you guys start running up the stairs. You guys are running up the stairs, and suddenly it's like when you first hit that sheet of ice when you go outside, and instead of like slipping and falling flat on your back or flat on your face, you guys slip, and then it's like you're kind of like ice skating, and both of you kind of come reflexively to a stop, and almost like in your fighting stance, and kind of like, what the hell is going on?
I'm just like imagining us starting, like figure skating, like a figure skating duo, and then, twirls the other one.
Yes.
Jesus. So, you guys get up there, and you notice that the floor, of course, is a complete sheet of ice. There's also like frost on the inside of the top of the ceiling, and it's freezing cold. Jester and Jesse doesn't seem affected by it, but instantly, Kayan suffers -2 to all rolls as you're suddenly like frozen or like freezing solid. It's a cool like 15 to 17 degrees as soon as you get up the stairs.
To which I would like to give, if we're not being attacked by anything,
No, you guys are in an initiative.
I would like to give him the third ring of cold.
Okay, so you hand out a ring to Kayan.
I will put it on the other finger.
Okay. So suddenly you don't have -2 to everything, and you suddenly feel like normal, but you know your skin is like freezing, and it is freezing up here. You're not currently like frozen in place anymore. Like you want to pee yourself and have it freeze on your leg, but you are like you feel normal as you did downstairs, but you know it's freezing up here for some reason.
Got it.
Oops. Oh, that's mine. Where did he go? There it is. So if you put 10 over cold on the damage reduction on the first page, will that automatically block that damage, or will it? Do you just have to pay attention to it?
No, you have to pay attention to it. So if you get hit with an ice ball instead of a fireball, you block 10 points of the damage first. Or cone of cold. If it does 50 damage, it does 40 damage.
Gotcha.
I have put in the chat how me and Chris have successfully gone up the stairs. This is what I envisioned.
What did you envision?
I didn't see it.
It's in the D&D
Hashtag chat.
Discord.
Oh, I get it.
Hold on, looking.
That's exactly it. That's how you slide into a room.
I was picturing us like figure skating together and doing like a fancy like triple luck.
I throw you. We slide. I just like, ha.
Yes.
Like some quirky Power Rangers like moment.
Yeah.
What is the ring called, Chad?
Oh yeah, I need to put that.
IO reflex save?
Minor resistance. Cold,
Okay.
and it's 10 points of reduced.
So IO's not quite as graceful. Like he slides in and he almost like slams into a wall, but he like pushes himself off. So you know when you're like first rollerblading or roller skating and you like get to that wall and you're kind of IO pushes himself off and he's like, I'm good. But not half as graceful as the adjusted 25 or 28.
I'm carrying the pot of chili upstairs. Chasing Kane with the stew.
So y'all are upstairs.
So there was a ghost. There's also footsteps upstairs on the roof. I think it's safe to say we're not alone. And before we do anything in the lines of sleeping here for the night, I'd like to have everything as dead as possible.
Well, if it was a ghost, I'm pretty sure he's already dead.
I turn to Io and I kind of like roll my eyes and I'm like going.
I don't
I'm
throw my
sure
Eldritch
you know
Blast,
what he means.
but my hands light up.
I walk
I
past you.
show the stew to Jester. I have a big too. I just kind of like put it in his face so he can.
I looked at him. I'm like, you brought that upstairs to a fight?
I thought, you guys had had it under control and you might be hungry.
Here, can I use like my willpower and like throw it down the stairs?
You wouldn't.
Oh, I would.
IO
I would.
roll a strength check.
Strength.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll roll strength check. And Chris, roll a will check. Or wisdom, sorry.
Wisdom.
Yeah, because it's like your will, right?
Oh no, I've always been doing the will check, but
Oh, sorry. Then do will. That's fine. By one. So I was holding onto this stew, and Chris just like swipes her hand, and her hand lights up green, and you see like this bitch slap of a green like hand just hit materialize in thin air and hit the bowl as it goes flying out of Io's hand and crashing down the stairs, spilling
Well, it's
soup.
not just a bowl, it's the whole pot.
Okay, the whole pot.
and I went, that's better.
Better, it's all over the stairs.
Yes, because it belongs under our shoes and not in our mouths.
I slaved in the kitchen for 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
And I'm like, well,
And now Ken's not going to be able to get this third bowl. I mean, look at the disappointment on his face.
I don't show disappointment. Kane is trying not to smile.
While they're going through that, I would like to activate my See the Unseen,
Okay.
so I can see invisible within 60 feet. And Dark Vision.
And dark vision.
So I don't know if that actually impacts like metagaming, ethereal stuff or not, but if it's just like chilling out invisible. Oh, fuck!
kind of like, I'm like, okay.
So I wanted to just have that pop up, and Chadwick was talking to get that oh fuck. Because Juster, like, he sits there and he does something with his hands and activating an ability, and then you just hear, oh fuck.
Oh, jeez, what did you do?
I kind of like turn around because like one of them like seems to be like right behind me, and I'm like, okay.
You don't see anything, only Juster.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, what's that?
And then I'm like looking at him and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Do I need to roll initiative, or can I do a pop-off shot since I think like they're
Sure,
speaking?
take a surprise round.
I shout, "We're not alone," as I fire off. Where the fuck is my thing? There it is.
Hit. Nice.
So yes.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay.
Or, yeah, it says hit.
Yeah.
They got a miss chance at 50%. Ghosts.
Goddamn low rolls. So I say the oh shit, I say that we're not alone, and I throw off a Eldritch Blast right past Jessica. And there's like this poof of staticky green sparkly shit that hits right behind her. I don't know if that pulls it out of the ethereal, but
No. So it's still invisible to everybody else except Jester. And except you see like Jester's blast hit something, an outline of what looks like a wraith / ghost, and then it just disappears, and you just feel the cold intensify around you.
I'm gonna play at the fact that I'm still looking at him, and then that's behind me, and I didn't see that. I'm just gonna now yell at him because I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you shooting stuff at me?
I'm gonna pull a full Scooby-Doo here and ghosts.
I'm like, what? And I like turn around and I don't see anything. I'm like,
So you see, as you're saying this, you're like, I don't see anything. And as you turn back to look at Jester, you see like just this slash come across Jester's chest. And you hear, or you just see like a sheer panic on his face. And it's like the energy is drained right out of him. Does that actually work with Fantasy Grounds? Let's see. The character's built, right? Oh yeah, it worked. Jester took 1 dice 6 points of Constitution drain.
Oh.
So as this thing hit you, you feel like suddenly like a little bit slower, and you feel the cold around you, and you're like trying to catch your breath, and something just doesn't feel right. Like sprinting in the very cold weather. That's kind of what you feel like at the moment.
and I'm like, oh my god!
So like the color literally drains out of my face. Did you put that on there? Oh fuck, that's drain, not damage.
Yeah.
I hate you with a fucking passion, Craig. Did you apply that yet or no?
I'm trying to figure out how to do it because it was 2.
Do you want to just do it as damage first and then?
Yeah, we could do that because I'm still trying to. So the effects table is like all updated with a whole bunch of pretty effects in it, but I'm trying to figure out the ability or drain.
Because the drain just pulls the score straight down. It doesn't sit there as a temporary.
Oh yeah.
Just
But do you
as
have to
a-
make a save?
Let's see what it says.
Just as a quick question, when you guys are done doing that, would knowledge, planes or psionics or spellcraft for me work to kind of see if I could figure out what's happening? Knowledge plane, I have knowledge planes and knowledge psionic.
Just
Oh, knowledge.
What
I thought you asked, wondering what I was saying.
Like, what the fuck is knowledge?
No, our classic standby, knowledge what the fuck.
So we actually created a knowledge what the fuck, because they got so high level once, and they have like all of these uber badass abilities. So it's just like, everybody on your character sheet, write in knowledge what the fuck, and we'll just make a knowledge what the fuck check whenever you're like so badass you should know this, and you're gonna know it anyway.
Knowledge check. It's just a check. It's not even a knowledge check anymore. It's just a
Yes.
Yeah. I know
So, Chad, you're right. Go ahead and make a fortitude save. The fortitude save is DC 17.
Oh, for me?
No, Chad.
Oh.
Oh, you bitch.
So your constitution is lowered by 2 points.
2.
And the creature gains 5 temporary hit points.
Oh god, that's so ugly.
Oh, whatever.
And
I'm
it's Jester's turn.
I'm actually afraid. Because I don't understand.
I was just too focused on the stew that's down the stairs now, so I'm just not.
I
But,
was
I mean,
fixating
there's-
on the fucking stew. That's what I
Yeah,
was saying.
but there's no way I can try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, your character has no idea at the moment.
Now, do I still see them all where they were?
Yes.
Okay.
So you see them as that.
Hey. So did the hit that I did against that thing actually seem to appear to do anything, or did it just brush it off like NBD?
Yeah, it hit it, but it barely scratched the surface.
We need to go. It's not important where we go. We just need to go. Back down the stairs would be better. And in the meantime, I'm going to do another shot off at the one that attacked me.
Okay. Yeah, next round I'll put everybody else into initiative.
If I can. It moved on me. I have to.
As Jester's yelling that we should all like go downstairs.
Fuck.
Go downstairs.
Oh
You
wait.
hit.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's so confusing to read. Okay.
As long as you roll above the 50 is what it's asking, or what it looks like.
Yeah. Percent. Big yourself.
I hear a baby.
You hear, baby?
Baby.
Here. Say hi to
Let's see the baby.
Say hi to people.
So it's on.
Ben
Is the one?
Big yourself.
I got 2 questions about the one on the stairs. One, can I see it from around the corner?
No.
You say hi.
And then,
You say hi.
as a general question, is it like floating above the stairs, or is it actually on the stairs?
It's floating above the stairs.
Okay. Which is terrible because I just told them to run for the stairs.
Yeah. I'm going down the stairs.
Well, you know, the stew's down the stairs and now it's icy stew, so it's going to be very slippery.
Yeah, I don't see this. I'm running past Io down the stairs.
Okay.
Jester said to run. I'm running. After I saw, because I witnessed the same thing too, of him basically like something hit him in the chest that I can't see.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm gone.
Please stand by.
Because when Jester says there's bad shit coming, hanging around is not such a good idea.
This time, Io did not start the trouble. Just want to make that clear. So 100%
Oh, somehow these people are here for you,
Chester.
and you know that.
No. Totally not me. All I did was make amazing stew.
Jester, make a will save.
Fuck. Oh, for the love of...
But
Possessed.
Your mother's so socks a smell. Mother's in the bed with us, Francis.
Oh man.
What?
oh jeez, if Craig's laughing like that, it cannot be good.
I'm just trying to remember what that actually does.
Right? You're just you're scared.
Let's see. I gotta get all the way. I gotta get all the way down to the next person in the initiative.
Me? What?
Yep. Hang on.
So, is Io done crying over his masterpiece of shitty soup? And what does he do?
Oh, well, I guess I draw my spear and then I follow Can down the stairs because I
Kane
can't
hasn't
see
gone down
him.
the stairs yet.
Oh, okay. He hasn't got downstairs.
Yeah. Kane hasn't gone downstairs yet because initiative.
Oh, wait, I didn't know we were in initiative. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Well, I see, something. I guess, Jester's not looking so good. I guess I don't see what's going on. And something's happening.
You see a steam trail coming up from around my feet.
Yeah, I see that, so I draw my draw my spear. Just take a since no one's running for the stairs yet. I guess did Jester tell us to run down the stairs? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, it's just considering that my stew's all the way down the stairs, and I see that the stew has been frozen over by something. I decided to go down the stairs since I'm right there in the stairway. Else wants to start running. I'm pretty much still not so the stairs.
Okay. So you stand still?
So, Craig, that status causes causes a reaction. Would that be my round, or would that be an immediate thing?
That would be this round.
Okay, so it says I can use any means possible to flee, so I poof the fuck out of existence and go back downstairs.
Okay.
Just poof. And then I cower where I'm at.
So I went down the stairs.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I'll you make it potentially to right here. Hold on.
Oh geez.
I'll roll 2 will saves, DC 17.
Is it will or constitution for the drain?
Oh. Yeah, sorry, con.
Oh, World Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to Will.
Yeah, not will.
Yeah.
Yep. DC 17. One more check, please.
Big roll.
You take 4 points of Constitution drain.
Well, that's not good. Do I just change my constitution temporarily, or?
Yep, your con drops by 4.
Alright, do I have to recalculate my hit points? Since my
No.
con's lower?
In fact, you should be able to. Can you put it in damage for now? Because that could be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put it in damage for now, and I think the sheet calculates itself out.
So you want just damage? You don't want to change the scores yet?
Yeah, let's not change the scores yet. So Ios hauls ass down the stairs, and as he does, you see him get scratched in the chest and scratched in the back. Something incorporeal just comes out of nowhere, and you see claws scratching at his chest as he's running, and scratching at his back. And he makes a couple helly noise as he's running down the stairs. And so Io makes it down the stairs and into the room. And what do you do, Io?
Make it down the stairs. I guess that's my movement. Is there a way I can do knowledge planes, or see if I can see what's attacking us, or if I can figure out where they?
Yeah, go ahead. Morning, epic DC.
Oh, jeez. Well, doesn't hurt to nothing. Knowledge. Do it. Really not good.
Oh shit. Fuck. That's an epic check. You've just taken damage to the very essence of your core, and you've been assaulted by a creature that has the power to hit you with negative energy that drains your life essence. And knowledge of the planes wise, you know that these things are not tied to a plane. These things are not tied to specific time itself. These things are immune to the plane and to currently space and time. There's something about these things, and they're being specifically drawn to the party, and for whatever reason, it was specifically drawn towards Jester.
Well, that explains everything. It's gestures.
Well, I'm sure it's a refreshing change of it not being Io's fault.
Is it ever Io's fault? So I don't get this. I know about what's going on, but I still can't see them or anything like that.
You do what?
So I guess since I learned that about them, do I see them or
No.
And I look. I guess Chester made it down the stairs too, so I look at it. Just I don't know what you did, but these things drawn to us. They're drawn to you.
Dude, I totally should have had something we're gonna tack out of the stew. Like a bad food monster, that would have been great.
I'm just we're on the same round, aren't we?
Yes. So it's now your turn.
Oh. So does that affect step down, or does it?
Yeah. So this round you should be like immobilized, because you got the ability with failing the will save. You were still able to like duck out, right? Dimension door.
No. It's a require. It's like the warlock sphere. So is
Oh, nice.
you're frightened, you immediately bolt as soon as you can.
Got it.
But then I didn't know, because I think the steps are shaken, frightened, and panicked. So on this round, would I go down to shaken, or does it just fade?
We'll just say it fades.
Okay. I do not need your shit right now. And I'm going to come around the bar and wait at the bottom of the stairs for the other two. And hold my action to throw another Elder's Blast at any spook that might be following him down.
Okay. Cannonball!
Am I close enough to Jesse?
You're within like 10 feet of her.
Okay. Because I would just like to like grab her and shield her and run down the stair. Like just pull her down the stairs like in running forward. Just rip her down the stairs. Because she's the last one left up there. I don't want to. I'm just thinking of all these things just like collapsing.
I'm just now thinking of all of the damage you're gonna do to me right now.
Can't saving you.
I'm gonna, yeah. You know what? Screw it. I'm just cannonballing. Did I see Io get attacked or no?
You saw Io like you saw like claws come out of nowhere and scratch Io in the back and in the chest, and you heard him howl out in pain.
Cool. I'm gonna take out the blade that I have on my back and then just run down the stairs with it like in front of me, kind of like I did before. You know, hoping for shit to happen.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to run down the stairs and get to safety.
Okay, so without Jesse.
Without Jesse, I'm not pulling her.
Okay.
There's a glimpse of a little tiny. But...
So that's 6. 6. 4.
How's a 17 hit me? Bastard. I don't like you.
4 and 8. Because it's a touch attack.
Got it. That makes sense.
So, 1. Ooh.
Great.
No, that crit doesn't happen. I'll take that off. That was supposed to be damage, not an attack roll. Okay, we'll take off that crit damage. So 5. 2 more.
Jeez.
And I need, what is
3
it?
saves?
3
4
saves.
saves?
Yep, 3 fort saves. There's 1. There's 2.
What is Kane doing? What is that?
What the fuck?
I'm a tank, motherfucker!
What is that?
So, Kayan, you're immune. Going forward for this combat, you are immune to the energy. So as you barrel down the stairs, you're getting swiped like 3 times, and it hurts. However, it just like glances off of your chest and back, like it doesn't hurt, and you don't feel any like soul sucking like thing. So you just run down the stairs, and you're just kind of like, that was annoying. But roll a dexterity check for me real quick, please. DC 10. I want to see if you slip on the soup.
Oh, I'm definitely slipping on that soup. Oh, I didn't.
Oh, nope. You slide down the
I still
soup.
thought I was going to slip on that soup.
He's surfing down from the soup.
All right.
Yeah,
So
please
you,
refer to the gift for me sliding down the stairs.
See,
And
this
then,
came in handy. You're welcome.
So at the bottom, I see a Jester there.
yes.
Is there like a railing where Jester is?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
like a wooden railing on the side of the stairs.
I want to get kind of just behind. I guess, is there room to get past him, like where he is?
You would have to go this way and hop the bar.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to think, is hopping the bar and then holding my position behind the bar.
Okay. You could do that.
Okay. And the emblem.
See what Jesse does.
I'm kind of seeing like the pain that's happening, but I'm like, I don't see what it is, and I'm like, I'm not staying up here by myself. So I cast empathic feedback, because since I can't see what's attacking me, so and I know probably something's gonna hurt me, but I need to get down there. So this is, you empathically share your pain and suffering with your attacker. Each time a creature strikes you in melee, it takes damage equal to the amount it dealt to you, or 5 points, whichever is less. The damage is empathic in nature, so powers and abilities the attacker may have, such as damage reduction and regeneration, do not lessen or change this damage. The damage from empathic feedback has no type, so even if you took fire damage from a creature that has immunity to fire, empathic feedback will damage your attacker.
Damn.
So, and then it says, for every additional power point you spend, this power's damage potential increases by 1 point. So, I'm gonna just like...
Does it say in the spell if it has any limitations to what kind of creature type that it's able to be used against? Or does it say not usable against a certain creature type?
Nope.
Okay.
I just read everything that was in the about this one.
This is specifically damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damage. Yeah. Damage, and it says, and it's the minimum amount. So if I roll less than what the other damage, because it says equal to the amount it dealt to you, or 5 points, whichever is less. But I'm going to add like 5 points to it, so it's like whatever it damages to me, or no, I'll add 10 points to it, but whatever's to me, and we're like 15. Whatever's less will get put back on them.
What's the name of the spell?
Also, it's shared. So.
What's the name of the spell or the power?
Empathic feedback. Empathic feedback.
Okay.
Do you need to look it up some more or something?
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it has any like limitations on, like if it's, it doesn't affect some creatures. Okay. So it does pure damage back to the creature, but it can't duplicate like ability drain.
No, it's just damage. It's just like saying if it's
Got it.
fire damage or cold damage or whatnot.
Got it. Okay. You activate that, and what do you do?
Oh, and I kind of could, and because there's ice on the floor, and I learned that, so I'm gonna like basically just like then try to just fly downstairs as quick.
Okay. Let's see. That's number 2. That's number 6. That's number 4. And that's number 8.
Ooh.
Wow. Only one hit you.
But still, yeah.
That was crazy.
There was like 3 10s.
Yeah, it was. So I was like, is that stuck on 10 or something?
So 4 damage, that they get 4 damage back.
Yep. Isn't it 5? Like the minimum they can take is 5?
It's whichever's less.
Oh, okay. I got you. So that creature takes 5, and Chris, you make a fortitude save.
Yeah, like I feel like I wasted like the 10 power points, but you know, I'm just lucky they missed 3 of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of misses. Damn.
Everybody's rolling so high.
And it just kind of hurts. It's like 4 hit points, so it tickles. So you fly down the stairs.
She should have run down. She has to make it. Just do it. She spelt in the karma. Beautiful. She has slept.
And it's back to Io.
The first ghosty fucker that shows up gets popped in the face.
Well, there's not that much I have to do because you can't see them. And he already has the knowledge of the planes going as well, just to see them. So I will be useful. Let's see.
I'm wondering
Since,
what
since Cheshire seems to be the only one that can see them right now, I'll allow. I will use
best
my
D&D episode
Supreme
ever.
Powers of Darkness
Yes,
to
Rakana.
Cast Cure Light Wound on Chester because that's going to be very helpful.
Okay. Roll how much hit points he gets back. And don't you have to touch him, or can it be ranged touch?
Look at that, 8.
Nice.
So Chester heals 4. I don't know if they're actually doing that.
Yeah, you have to touch him, so you have to move next to him to do it. So you move next to him and pray out, speak to the void, and supercharge your shade energy around you, and darkness floods into Jester, giving him vitality back of 9 hit points.
I'm sure Jester's very, very appreciative by laying hands on him to heal him and power the darkness.
What the hell did you just pump into me?
Well, it's not as good as it's not as good as
I
Ida's
cough,
stew.
as I stand back there and like cough loudly at like what that sounds. That's not making it any better.
It's like it's not my stew, but it's the power dart. Huge. Yeah. And the gestures.
So there's like this tense moment where everyone's just kind of looking at each other. Io floats over and heals Jester, and Jester's still like eyeing the stairwell. And you can see Kayan just like standing there unflinching, holding the sword in front of him, staring at the stairs. And Jesse's at the bottom of the stairs, looking behind her.
Okay, so the biggest problem is nobody can see these things. Does anybody have any way to fix that?
I just know what they are.
Did you ask if we have something that we can use to see them?
Yes.
Okay. Kane grabs from his belt. I grab one of my my lovely catalyst things, which I can make fire bombs out of. And I point to Jester. And I go, "This set things on fire. That help you?"
Yeah, let's just set the whole Watsy on fire.
If they
That'll
on
take
fire,
care.
can you see them?
I can see them just fine.
Can
They're
they be
in-
on fire?
I would think not.
Can try fire? As I like put it back towards my head.
Maybe
Well,
not
my
this
kid-
time.
Okay, I lower back down to my belt.
We don't need. I don't know how to see these things, but they're after Jester. I don't know what Jester did, but they're after him.
Newsflash, twit. We all went up there, so they're after all of us.
They're after you specifically.
You know what?
So, I mean, worst comes to worst, we can always just them Jester. Maybe.
You stay here. We'll test your theory.
Yeah, I'm following Jester. I was trying to think of something that I could do, but I can't fucking see anything. So I'm following him. I'm like, there's no other. I'm out.
What does Jesse do?
I see how so I use my turn to walk over to Jester to heal, and then everybody else it's their turn to just book it and leave me there. I see how it is.
No, I gave you your instructions. You wanted to test your theory, you can stay there.
I
Otherwise,
don't speak Wraith though. I can only speak Draconic.
that's not the theory we're testing.
Hopefully, they're the ghosts of dragons, and you're okay.
Hey, maybe they are. I think that's
You don't know what the fuck they are.
Probably the ghosts of the town people.
Well, if they're the ghosts of the townspeople, I don't got shit to worry about. They all love me.
Apparently not. Maybe that's why you were immune, because the townspeople are attacking
They still hit me.
Of course, they're all roll 23s. They just love Io so much. They're giving him a hug. They're all trying to hug Io.
Fucking swarm. That's why. This is why I was trying to pull Jesse down the stairs. I didn't want this shit happening.
All right, let's see how many hits I have. One,
Only three. Only three out of like all of them.
three. Only 3 hits.
Only three.
Three fort saves, please.
Okay, let's do this.
Io's not even in Jester's line of sight anymore, huh?
Fortitude save or Constitution?
Fort save.
Yeah, fort save.
For the first one, I use maneuver to roll concentration, and then for the other shot.
Can you do that 3 times in a row, or just the first one?
Well, I mean, I can use the ability, so I don't know if I can reason they all three. It's the same turn. Roll concentration.
Okay, 1 pass. That's all pass, but you can do that 3 times in a row. It's not like your other ones where you have to attack first to refresh it.
Let me read the ability. Let's see. Just says, use this maneuver anytime you would be required to make a fortitude save. Make a concentration check instead. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't say if it's whether it applies for the round or if it applies for just each save. This.
Okay, let's look it up. What's the name of the move?
It is the counter is mind over body in a battle. Says allows you to overcome physical threats, provokes last flavor. It says anytime this maneuver you're required to make a fortitude save, make a concentration check instead. Fortitude save and use the result of that check to determine the save success. So it might apply just to one save at a time. Must use this maneuver before you.
Yeah, so you must use this maneuver before you attempt the fortitude save. Immediate action target.
Yeah, I mean, I guess from the reading, I guess it would just be for the one save, and I'd have to probably roll con.
Yeah, because you'd have to. How do you reset your maneuvers?
I got for this one, I had to reset, so I have to make a standard attack. That just applies to save.
Yeah. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. Do fortitude.
Roll better than a 3. All right, so you only take the second one, which I'll just roll again. What is it? 1d6. Go back here. 1d6 con drain.
The second one was 11. Damage 11. So it was 7, 11, and 6.
Yeah, so it's 6. Ouch. I'll roll a d6. I'll take that. We'll go with 2. Take 2 points, 2 more points of con damage.
Alright. Woo, I'm down to 10 constitution. I'm just strictly average.
And so you just see like a wall of claws reach out and just like slice and dice you. You only get hit by 3 of them, but one of them really stings. It's as if it's stripping the void out of you.
Just a bunch of jerks.
And Io screams out as it definitely hurts. And it's your turn.
I don't. I use Power of the darkness to use shadow jump. Let's see. It's 50 feet. That's more than I can run, so I shadow jump 50 feet out. 1, 2, 6, 10 squares, 50 feet.
So you took off running, or you jumped, or what'd you do?
I shadow teleported / jump 50 feet. 50 feet's like right outside.
So
Kinda
with your
squares.
shadow jump, you've still got to have a line of sight. So you're not going to be able to go to like outside or too far around the bend, because you still need to have a line of sight to shadow jump, because you're jumping into a shadow or a location where you can see.
Oh yeah, you have to have line of sight. So, all right, this is what I'll do then. Then, since it's as my move action, what I do is I'll run to is the door open or closed?
What door?
The door facing this way, because I'm running this way as my move action. I'm looking at the door to use my quick action to jump the rest of the way. The door's not closed.
Okay, you could do that. The door's open, but you also know that if anything was near or around you, if you move, like if you take off running, like something could reach out to attack you while you run away, i.e. attack of opportunity.
And I will run this way and so get it back or whatever. And I'm through the gauntlet. Now shadow jump a sight outside.
Okay, so you're gonna run to where you were and then shadow jump outside?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm doing.
So before you take off running, you incur a whole shit ton of attack of opportunities. As when you start off running, they all swipe and attack you.
Yeah. I was just like glad for the automatic like this.
They're swiping each other.
Oh, it's only one hit so far. 2, 3.
3 more hits.
I always think for 3, so 3 more fortitude save.
I'm thinking Io's kind of a bloody mess right now.
Shades don't bleed, it's just a shadowy mess.
So one more. Okay, so you only took the first one in con damage, so 5 points of con damage.
Alright, my con is now that of like a little mouse. I now have 5 constitution with a -3 bonus to con. So like I have like the strength of like a squirrel or something.
So this is essentially what happens. Like you see Aaron, you see Io like stumbling, and you see like shadow blood like pouring onto the floor as he like stumbles this way and looks towards the party, and you see him shadow jump to out or disappear and jump to outside of the building, and you just see the rain pouring down on him as you see shadow blood just dripping off of his chest and arms onto the ground as he's got visible, like, deep wounds in his arms and in his chest.
And I'm currently puking shadows of darkness. But at least I made it out first. Hey, that's my information. That's what the infinite broken said. That's what he told me.
It's the what told you that? What did Io say?
That's what you told me when I did my plane segment, that they were targeting the point with their gesture.
So, like, knowledge... Io's, like, knowledge of the planes told him that.
Yeah.
I don't know how Io would phrase that, like, role-playing wise, but...
Like, the whispers of the void told me.
Oh, yeah. So, Jester knows the same thing I told Io. So, he's aware that they're incorporeal wraiths. And for whatever reason, like, they're not your atypical, like, ghosty wraiths. They're like some kind of temporal wraith. And, but just like a normal wraith, they have the soul-sucking ability that when they hit you, they can take away part of your soul, i.e. con damage. But furthermore, with that 25/warning epic DC, Jester realizes that they're additionally, like, they're not from Adia. Like, they're from a different plane, but, like, your knowledge of the planes doesn't grasp onto it. But also something's not right. Like, they don't belong here. Like, they're affixed to something that's specifically not, like... let's see. Your character's trying to grasp at this, but you have a feeling like they're not supposed to be here at this time. There's something temporally weird about them.
So they're not in sync, they're out of sync.
Correct.
Ha!
Yep.
Bye.
No Justin for us. I don't know what that information does for us, but nowhere in that did I hear it's my fault.
Did you hear if they were able to be lit on fire?
Or at least would fire dissuade them?
Yeah.
That's a judgment call on Jester's behalf. His reaching into his knowledge of the planes doesn't tell him any yes or no.
That's fine. Like,
You know, at this point, the WotC seems compromised. We're obviously not staying here, so I bounced the fuck out the door.
Like,
Pause.
literally?
Yeah, I'm Tiggerific. And I get ready to fire off a blast to try to dissuade him, but as I'm running out the door, I'm like, light it up! Toucan. And then I'll hold my actual action so I can provide cover.
Got it.
As we're, because I'm assuming we're all just in like a dead sprint out of here. As we're running, I'm going to take a second, grab one of the catalysts from my belt, mix them together, throw it behind Jesse, and since I can choose the splash damage, I pretty much just want to make a wall. Actually, I'm going to set the whole kitchen on fire, because it's a 20-foot radius, right?
Not the
Shit, yeah.
It's a 20-foot radius. Where's my point? That's 20 feet?
Shit.
There's a big old stack of firewood there to even help you out.
Yeah, I'm throwing it
That's
right pretty much
beer.
past that corner as we're leaving, and I'm not even gonna adjust any of the flame location. It's just a ball of fire right now, and I'm also running out of the building.
Think of the beer.
Think of the beer. We're down to four bombs left, guys.
So you throw the bomb, and the entire kitchen just like that bomb goes off, and it's like the fireball explodes, and it just sets the whole kitchen on fire, and like the back of Jesse's hair gets a little bit singed as the explosion goes off.
I'm taken off, and I bolt out the door.
Okay. So you guys are outside in the rain as you see the fire just spreading into the Watsy, and the rain's coming down pretty hard still as it's storming outside. Let's get the map back up. Delete the Watsy map. Map of Freeport. Where's our friends on the map of Freeport? They're down here by the Watsy. Watsy. Everybody has a good time at the Watsy. So the Watsy is currently on in Fugo, and you guys are standing outside, like watching it start burning from the inside out. And does Jesse do anything else besides move?
Well, the fact that it's like on fire.
Yeah, you guys are all like standing outside next to each other, like staring inside, and kind of watching the place catch on fire from the inside out, and you're getting rained on. And I was just sitting there dripping black, like shade blood, onto the floor.
It's okay, guys. This is gonna be okay.
So, does he look like the smoking man, but with like his chest perforated, so it's like smoke seeping out of holes?
I walk over to him and I like plop one of my cure mods into his hand. I'm like, you look like you need something.
I take the potion from the seeker, and then I turn to her, and then I kind of like puke up more shadows before I drink. What's the like +5? 2 die.
Yeah, +5.
What's the die?
It's Cure Mod. It's 2 die 8.
8s, 2s.
Shit.
Potion didn't taste. But it had been the stew, it would have been 8s. The next time we need to stay in a new place, not the Watts. Watts. Just like any of the other Watts, it does work, sir.
The Watsy is the best. You love the Watsy.
I believe this is the third one I've set on fire.
And yet they still love him.
Well, that's because there's no witnesses.
Just a random fact. I think I've actually set 3 Watsies on fire. I'm not saying I'm an arsonist, but
But they're like either like gas stations or like McDonald's or Starbucks.
yeah.
There's always another one around the.
I swear, if they're building another one as we like leave, like just right next door.
Oh, they are.
So,
There may not be anybody alive in this town, but they are already planning to build another one.
Well, I think I wants to make it as real life mission. Destroy every Watsy in a put a stop. Purge them with fire. Kane just needs to make a lot more bombs.
I got bombs. We can burn down. What? How many can we burn down? You guys get me more vials. I can burn down 15 a day.
It's not good enough.
I'm just running out of vials, guys. I need to go find some place to buy more.
So
What's
as we go
Jessica
outside in
doing?
the rain, is it like is it still nighttime or?
Oh yeah, it's storming out. So dark, stormy clouds, pouring rain, yeah, all that good stuff. And you guys are still in initiative as you're as you're standing outside looking at the Infugo Watsy. Let's see. Two, right, 3.
Do I see anything coming out of this place?
In a minute, you will.
Well, it suggests that there's...
I was going to know each and every one of them very closely. See,
My action still held, so whichever one pops out first gets a blast to the face.
Okay, one of the two in the front. They turn the corner and you just see all 8 of them like moving towards the party.
Yep. Crap. Which I also say. Ah, crap.
Kane will just throw a bomb and keep them all as close together. Another bomb
Ah,
in the middle.
double crap.
So, y'all are standing there. Io's bleeding. Jesse gives Io a potion. Io quaffs it. And as Io quaffs the potion, you just see, ah! You hear Jester throw an Eldritch Blast. And you see it just whirl into the kitchen, and it catches a pan in the background and contributes to the chaos and the fire inside the Watsy. While that's happening, it's your turn. What do you do?
Whose turn? The Jester just went, so it should be Kane.
It's Io's turn.
I had a held action.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since I assume I still can't see anything where he blasted people, so that's something I have to do as far as that goes. No one else can see them either. These skills that
And at this point, oh, out of game, I think I know what happened now.
Io uses one of his maneuvers. It's a supernatural maneuver. It's seeing the shadow, my shadowy energy. I turn invisible for the round.
So Io just blinks out of existence.
Yes. So everybody know it. They don't know I turned invisible. Like, oh, I was gone. Die. He proceeds to move back, continuing to go Watsy and some way else behind. And since it's dark, nighttime, I assume the shade recover.
Uh-oh.
Motherfucker!
I learned from Chester, when in doubt, you run away and hide.
I can't fault this logic. I would like, since we're kind of in a oh shit desperate measures situation, I would like to use my spellcrafty to try and put up a defensive barrier and lock these suckers in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're
Channeling
trying to
light.
like put them in a fishbowl, or just put a big ass wall in front of you?
Since it looks like they're all gathered in that hallway, probably more like a fishbowl.
Okay. You know that will be significantly more taxing to try and do.
Read here as the DC will be higher.
Yes.
Warning, FNTC. It's just like when you know you're pretty much screwed.
Well, I assume that they can probably just fly over it if it's just a wall.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like, I mean, the wraiths that are out of
Or
sync
depend what
with
the
time and
fishbowl's made out of.
space.
They just could go through it.
But it's channeling the natural energy, so like energy from the Feywild, so
So you put a big, like, green glowing sphere in the Watsy. Like, and it's like this big. And it's like inside. It's like encompassing inside the building. And you guys just see this big glowing green orb that Jester has manifested.
and like my tattoos on my arms and my chest are like glowing to beat the band. I mean,
And me seeing like the green and like I looked at him, I'm like, nice.
I thought you'd like that. Now fucking run. I'll hold it as long as I can.
Wow, just being so heroic and self-sacrificing.
Okay, so out of initiative, next, what does Kane do?
I hear Jester say, "Just fucking run," and
That advice has never failed before.
advice hasn't failed. Shit. Which Because on the main map, we're the Watsy's right here, right?
It's like where the dragon beach is. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh fuck. Don't want to go towards the water.
We have a
Going
boat.
forward.
We have a boat.
Got
Ken.
left or right, and those are my options right now.
You have a boat to captain. Remember.
Shit. I'm gonna take off. I mean, Can's most comfortable with. I'm taking off back towards the market.
Okay. Let's see. So Kane's gonna take off towards the market. He starts hauling ass. What does Jesse do?
Did they go off in different directions?
Well,
I'm the
Jester's
first
not
to leave.
moving. Jester's just like standing there holding this like bubble inside the Watsy.
Where's Io?
Io just disappeared.
Disappeared.
Oh,
That was when I made the
Yeah.
motherfucker comment.
Yeah. He said motherfucker and Io just like blinked out of existence. He was gone.
was that a magic word?
Home.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, I follow Kayan because I groups stick together, and I'm like, and I but I turn to Jester, and I'm like, but you're coming, right? You're not gonna just stay and hold that.
I'm gonna hold it as long as I can, but you gotta go now.
Okay, well, you better be coming after us here.
And I try to make a note of which direction they're going.
Okay. The next round comes by. Io, you come back into visibility. So the other two go hauling ass off, and Jester's like still standing there because it's still within the 6 seconds. He's like, Kamehameha! And he's holding this like Fey energy in place, and then suddenly Io just appears out of nowhere right next to Jester and just kind of looks at him. What does Io do?
And the mini styles of Samuel L. Jackson. Motherfucker!
Well, I mean, I'm not standing right next to him. I went invisible and I used my movement speed to move 30 feet away.
Okay. So you had moved 30 feet away. So you see Kayan and Jesse hauling ass, just like running up the beach. Jester standing there, like green energy flowing from him into this like bubble as the Watsy burns around this bubble. And what do you do?
What do I do? I don't think there's anything so like weird gesture so far with this his epic self-sacrifice.
It's only a sacrifice if you don't move your ass.
Well, I'm moving. It's I'm just I was just looking back as he's running, looking at Jester with this projecting this barrier, and you know I was just he can't believe he's never seen Jester even capable of such a heroic act, display of self-sacrifice, and so he turns back and.
Does he stand there and make this monologue?
Yep.
No, he's not monologuing. He's just thinking to himself.
Io, you need to change your name to Kevin Costner.
This right here, this monologue is worth like half an anime episode right now. This is like 20 minutes of like Io thinking back of what's happened in the last 2 sessions, and then him talking over it and talking to himself as Jester is still sitting there. Hame!
There's at least 3 episodes here because of the epicness of Jester's act. After that I just continued running.
I hate all of you because all of a sudden now I can actually see it as this anime art thing going on. And like with the race like trying to claw through this green barrier and him holding it. Man. Most of the anime exposure is your fault, Craig, by the way. Just so you
You're welcome. I'm doing a jig right now.
Dude.
Dude, so like side note, so I was telling my kids how there's a new like season of Sword Art Online and Dakota was like, "Dad, we can't." So the last time I introduced them to it, they were like, "Okay, this I don't want to watch this." And I was like, "You sit down and you watch this with me." Just because. And they watched the first 2 episodes and we ended up like all 3 of us drooling on pillows, like went through and binge watched the entire first season, all 23 episodes.
Of which one?
Of Sword Art. And Dakota and Kaden were both like, "We love it so much." Then we went home and watched Gun Gale. It was amazing. So right when I told Cody that like season 3 is out, Dakota's like, "We can't. There's not enough time in the weekend." Because we'd have to rewatch the first 2 seasons.
Oh,
I keep trying to watch like different anime stuff, and I
cannot watch anime.
I just can't.
so good. You're missing out on so much.
I wish I
Maybe not
could.
Sword Art Online because it's kind of mid.
Oh, the new one's so good.
I've been watching the new one. It's pretty good.
Yes. Okay, so back to D&D before we close off. So Io poofs away. Kayan and Jesse's already in dead sprint. What does Jester do? Does he continue to hold it as long as his will stays? Or is he just like, "Cool, they're gone, me too"?
I want to continue holding it, but I would like to give myself some running room.
Okay.
So can I, how far can I back up without losing concentration on this?
Not even a 5-foot step.
Oh, shit.
Really appreciate gestures on Kane's self.
Well, I guess that's the other question. Does it seem to actually be holding them?
Yeah, they're not moving. They're within this bubble.
I'll hold it another round just to give them more time.
Okay. And that's where we'll pick up next time on Dungeons and Dragons. And with that said, what is everybody thinking about next week? Is everybody doing stuff with families the weekend after Thanksgiving, or should we plan on a game?
I think we should skip just for the Thanksgiving part of it, because I'm gonna be spending a lot of time cleaning, because on that day after having after Anna visiting next weekend, she's leaving on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of with back in Jacksonville.
Okay, that's pretty
What?
easy.
What? Io's like going to be like, oh, he can't be there?
No, I could be there. I mean, technically, it's you. You're the one who said to do it. So that's all on you. I'm not claiming. I'm not claiming this. If we had D&D, I would find a way. I would phone it in or something. Or like steal a computer.
You always phone it in, Io.
And then talk for about 3 hours.
I made a fantastic stew, and you think I phoned that in? How dare you?
Jeez.
Almost died.
All over the floor.
You
All right, so I think that's where we leave it.
I was 1 point
Thanks
away
everybody
from
for
dying.
listening. We'll mute them and we'll get the nice outro going. And we'll see everybody next time on Dungeons and Dragons.
He's exaggerating.
I was 1 point away.
trottig